So this is the digestive system by Harry Baker. So this is the complete digestive system. So it's an overview of the system as a whole and the journey food takes throughout the body, starting in the mouth and is working its way down finally to the anus. So I'll speak more about the journey in more detail in further slides. So firstly, the mouth, known as the buccal cavity, is the start of the digestive system, is labelled in the diagram with an arrow. It's where food is broken down into smaller pieces and it squeezes the food into swallowable lumps. Also, saliva is produced and the enzyme amylase is produced. Once the food is into smaller pieces, it pushes it towards the back of the throat. Next in the process is the pharynx or throat, as you can see in the diagram, and it's part of the body that helps with eating and breathing. It's a tube that basically connects and transfers food from the mouth to the esophagus. It's also moistened and filters air before it moves to the trachea. Then is the esophagus, as you can see in the image, which is also known as the gullet. This is a 25 centimeter long tube which contracts to shift chewed food down to the stomach, so it basically acts as a muscle pump. So the stomach is a dark sac in the image, and when food enters the stomach lining, it releases digestive juices and acts like an acid bath to break down the food even more. In the stomach, the enzyme protease is produced, and the slush-like mixture left over is called chyme, ready to be squirted into the small intestine. The duodenum passes everything through to the small intestine. Next, the liver, as you can see by the arrow, and this is the most hard-working organ in the body. The liver has many jobs like cleaning the blood, helping digest food, storing enzymes, making bile, and balancing cholesterol levels. Also, the enzyme lipid is produced in the liver. Next in the process is the gallbladder, which is a green pear-shaped organ, and its role is to store bile and make it thicker and stronger before adding it to the small intestine. So the pancreas makes and produces all three enzymes, which helps digest nutrients in the food. It also makes insulin, which is a hormone that helps control your blood sugar levels. So here are all three different enzymes that are easy absorbed chemicals. So as you can see, protein to protease, which makes amino acids, carbohydrates makes enzyme amylase to glucose, and fats makes lipids into fatty acids. So next is the small intestine, where as you can see in the image, it's very large, 6.5 meters long. The small intestine acts like a NutriBullet, which extracts the nutrients from the food, like minerals and vitamins. Then the cecum is the passageway between the small intestine and the large intestine. Next, the large intestine is twice as wide as the small intestine, but only 1.5 meters long. The job of the large intestine is to soak up water, salt, and minerals from the indigestible leftovers. This leaves a toxic waste called feces, which travels towards the rectum for storage. So the rectum is the last stop before the feces is eliminated through the anal canal. The key role of the rectum is to act as a temporary storehouse for the feces. As you can see at the bottom of the picture. And the final stop is the anus. It's 2-inch canal consisting of pelvic floor muscles and the two anal sphincters. Therefore, it's the opening at the lower end of the digestive tract that contracts to release of feces when it's ready at the toilet.